My name is Mary, from the town of Magdala. You'll find pieces of me scattered across the Gospels, Luke 8, Mark 15, John 20. But today, let me tell you the story myself, all of it. Not just the parts preachers whisper over, not just a miracle, but the madness before the mercy. I wasn't always like this. Calm, collected, clean. Once I screamed, I thrashed, I couldn't sleep, I couldn't stop the voices, the darkness crawling inside me, clawing at my sanity. 7 demons, not 1. 7. They owned me, controlled me, shamed me. I was untouchable, unlovable, unrecognizable. My name became a warning, not a welcome. People avoided me, men used me, women whispered, children ran, until he came. Jesus. He didn't flinch, didn't step back, didn't whisper like the others. He came close. His eyes saw me, not the demons, not the dirt, but Mary. The me I'd forgotten existed, and with one word, one command, they fled. All 7. Silence, stillness, sanity. I wept, I shook, I collapsed, because for the first time in years I felt peace, his peace. He gave me back me. From that moment I followed him, not out of duty, out of devotion. He didn't just save me, he called me, loved me, respected me, like I was worth something, like I had a place. I walked behind him, sat at his feet, listened to his every word, like bread for a starving soul. We traveled through towns, through heat, through rejection. We saw blind eyes open, dead children rise. We watched him confront demons, not just in people, but in systems, in pride, in power. He was truth with skin on, power wrapped in gentleness, a lion who touched lepers. And we, the women, we were there, funding the journey, feeding the men, learning beside them. They don't talk about that much. But we were there. I was there. But whispers grew. The leaders didn't like him. Too much power, too much truth, too much light. They plotted. I could feel it in the air, that eerie quiet before a storm. Something dark was coming. We entered Jerusalem, and people shouted, Hosanna! But even their praises felt thin, like leaves trembling before they fall. And then it happened, just like he said it would. The night was thick. We heard rumors he had gone to pray. I couldn't sleep. My spirit was restless. And then, the arrest, the torches, the swords, the betrayal, Judas. I never liked the way he looked at people, like he had secrets. Turns out he did. They took him, dragged him away like a criminal. And we could only watch. I stood at the foot of the cross. Me, Mary his mother, Salome, John. Just a few of us. Most ran, but I couldn't leave. How could I? The man who stayed with me in my darkness now hung in his. He didn't cry out for revenge. He forgave. He looked at us in agony and still thought of us. I wanted to scream, to tear the sky open, to demand justice. But instead I stood. I stayed. Blood, nails, mocking, thunder, earthquake, and then silence. He was gone. We followed them to the tomb, saw where they laid him. The sun set, the Sabbath began, so we waited. 3 days of aching, of replaying every moment, every word. I barely breathed. The 3rd day, just before dawn, I ran to the tomb with spices in my hands and sorrow in my chest. But the stone was rolled away. I panicked. My heart beat louder than my feet. I ran back, told Peter, told John. They ran, looked, left, but I stayed. I wept, and through my tears, I saw him. At first I thought he was the gardener, But then, Mary, my name, just like before. That voice, that same peace, that same power. Teacher, I cried. He was alive. He could have gone to Peter, to John, to anyone, but he chose me, the woman once possessed, the one who stayed at the cross, the one who came to the tomb. He chose me. He said, go, tell them. Me, a woman, in a world where women's words didn't count. But God made me the first preacher of resurrection. So yes, you may know me as the former demon-possessed woman, but let me tell you what else I am. A witness, a disciple, a friend of Jesus, the first to see the empty tomb. To every woman who's been labeled, dismissed, overlooked, abused, discarded, He sees you. He knows your name, and He's not afraid of your darkness. He walks into it and calls you out. You are not too far, not too broken, not too late. If He could use me, He can use you. Stay near the cross. Run to the tomb. Listen for your name, because He is alive, and so are you.